Previously on Cambridge Latin course, the badly animated series. Caecilius is in the study. This man is Gaius Salvius Liberalis. Clemens traveled to Alexandria. Barbilus invited me to the hunt. It is dangerous for you to leave the house today. The Ethiopians began to chase the crocodiles. I heard a huge shout. The hippopotamus had overturned the small boat of Barbilus. When we dragged Barbilus out of the water, we found him wounded. The slaves came back to the house, carrying Barbilus. The slave girls were standing near the bed, crying. Suddenly, the astrologer burst in. Here's what you should use to stop the blood from flowing. Spider webs. Spider webs. Nothing's better than spider webs. They'll help heal Barbilus up. Just go gather some spider webs. Go now. Before his arm drops off. The slaves hurried throughout the house, looking for spider webs. It raised a great noise. The astrologer saw the crying slave girls and heard the slaves' shouts. "Do you have a cure?" I asked anxiously. "I have an infallible cure," responded the astrologer. "It is easy for me to heal Barbilus, because we astrologers are true doctors. It is a cure, which the Chaldeans handed over to us. First it is necessary for me to capture a black mouse. Then I want to cut up the captured mouse. Finally, I want to place it in the shoulder of Barbilus." Suddenly, Barbilus, who heard the astrologer, opened his eyes. Then he gave me a weak signal. He whispered in my ear, "Search for Petro, the good doctor." Formio, who knew Petro well, at once sent out from the house. Petro, after he heard about wounded Barbilus, he at once hurried to the house. When he entered the bedroom, he saw the astrologer, who was trying to cure Barbilus. He was the most angry. He yelled at the astrologer and sent him from the bedroom. Then Petro, after he looked at the shoulder of Barbilus, "It is difficult for me to cure Barbilus. I am in despair about his life, because so much blood is flowing now. It is necessary for you to help me," he said. "I would like some boiling water. Please use it to wash my forceps." Should I wash Barbilus's shoulder? Should I stitch his skin? Choose a wide or a narrow bandage. For a long time I remained at Barbilus' house, looking after his business. For Barbilus trusted only me. Every day I used to come to the bedroom where he was lying sick. I had many conversations with Barbilus, while sitting near his bed. After I got to know Barbilus very closely, he told me much about his life. Without a doubt, fortune had seriously hurt him. Are you ready, kids?
Aye, Barbilus.
I can't hear you.
Aye, Barbilus.
Who lives in an average house in Alexandria? I do. Who lives with Rufus and Platina? I do. 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 The The wife of Barbilus was a calm woman, who remained satisfied at home. Rufus, their son, was a lively young man. Among the friends of Rufus was the young Athenian man. This man was studying medicine and came to the city of Alexandria. He very often visited Barbilus' house. At last, he returned to the city of Athens, where he could practice his skill of medicine. The man soon wrote a letter in which he invited Rufus and his parents to his wedding. Rufus very much wanted to go to Greece, but Barbilus was afraid to sail because the winter was now approaching. Therefore he summoned his astrologer and asked for his opinion. The astrologer, after he thought for a long time, gave his answer to Rufus and his parents. This is a dangerous thing to undertake. The Scorpio moon is now entering, it would be safer for you to stay at home. Barbilus and his wife gladly gave the astrologer their trust, as he was a very skillful man. But Rufus took this badly. When Barbilus was out, Rufus often went to his mother and complained about his father. Father is very stupid because he trusts in the astrologer. The astrologer is not a sailor, he knows nothing about sailing. And so Rufus persuaded Plotina, but he could not persuade his father. Barbilus was very stubborn and did not want to sail, therefore Rufus and Plotina left Barbilus at home and sailed to Greece. However, when the ship, which they were in, was approaching Greece, a huge storm overwhelmed the boat. Rufus could swim to the seashore, but Plotina, who Barbilus very much loved, died under a large wave. When Barbilus heard about the shipwreck, in which his wife died, he was very much distressed. They remained in Greece for a long time, but at last made the journey to Britain, where he went to the army to become a Roman soldier. The astrologer, who was living in Barbilus' house, was a man of evil character. The astrologer and Petro were enemies. The astrologer was Syrian. Many Alexandrians, whom Petro had cured, praised his skill. The astrologer, however, lived in Barbilus' house, Petro in the city of Alexandria. Therefore it was easy for the astrologer to visit Barbilus. He often used to come to the bedroom, in which the master lay sick. When Petro was absent, the astrologer used to whisper into the ear of the master, "You are in great danger, master. Petro is a very bad doctor. You don't trust Petro, do you? It is necessary for you to throw him out of the house." Barbilus listened to the astrologer anxiously. But, although the pain grew worse daily, he still trusted the doctor. When Barbilus did not want to throw out the doctor, the astrologer had an idea. In the morning, he burst into the master's bedroom, shouting, "Master, I bring an excellent message to you. I can cure you. The goddess Isis, who always hears my prayers, sent a dream to me by night. In the dream, I was walking through the streets of the city of Alexandria. Suddenly I saw a boy standing at the crossroads. The boy was your slave, whom the Egyptians killed in a riot. He told me about a very special ointment." When Barbilus heard this, he gave himself over totally to the astrologer. But the astrologer's ointment was very bad. Barbilus' wound kept growing worse. When the astrologer realized this, he ran away from the house terrified. Barbilus, despairing about his life, summoned me to his bedroom. "My dear Quintus," he said, whispering into my ear, "don't cry. I am going to die. I understand it clearly. It is necessary for everyone to meet death. I ask this one thing of you. Search for my son in Britain. Deliver this letter to him. When I angrily threw Rufus out of the house, I did him a great injustice. Now at last I beg for forgiveness from Rufus." When I heard this, I wanted to send for Petro, but Barbilus stubbornly refused. I sent for him anyway, nevertheless. But when he arrived, Barbilus was already dead. Have you ever wanted to wear a t-shirt with Brumio on it, a hoodie with Kai Kilias on? Well, now you can. TomG.email.com has a range of organic products including
Wow. Nice.
TomG.email.com